I welcome you on behalf of the University to this ceremony for the conferment of degrees in absentia.
Dame Mary Archer, distinguished honorary graduands, members of faculty, graduands, ladies and gentlemen. First, may I give my heartfelt thanks to Dame Mary for being with us here today. She was installed as Chancellor on 24th of February 2020, exactly a month before lockdown. Throughout this long, difficult period, she has always given steadfast support to me and to the university, and she has always asked after you, our students, to see how you're faring. It means a lot to have you here with us, Dame Mary. Thank you so much for coming. Second, the warmest of congratulations to you all, the graduands and your families and friends gathered with us today to celebrate your achievements. Whatever discipline you are graduating in, I know there will have been days when inspiration eluded you, when you'd not been sure what you were doing and why. And particularly so in these unusual times, these strange, sometimes unbearable times. I know it has been the hardest of times for you, dear graduands, but you've persevered and got through it all, and now you are ready to take stock and move on to face the wider world. I wish so much that we could have been together physically today. Spring is coming to Buckingham now. There are green shoots everywhere. The birds are in full song. The river, Great Ouse, looks magnificent. I would have loved to be able to greet you and your families and friends in a marquee on the Belloff lawn, over tea or something stronger, or in Ondarchie Hall. Unfortunately, we've had to follow government regulations, and so we've had to postpone all face-to-face meetings like this. Our university will be open, though, to students as soon as we are allowed to do so. Some say students and staff want certainty. I prefer hope over certainty. The hope that as soon as we are able, we will open our doors to our students again. I know that's too late for you, but here's a promise, and this is a solemn promise, that as soon as we are allowed to do so, I promise we shall have a homecoming gathering for all of you who can come. There we'll celebrate properly the tremendous success of your graduation on the Belloff lawn in Ondarchie Hall. I really look forward to seeing as many of you as can make it. So congratulations to you all. I'm really proud of you, and I know so are your families and friends. I'm so glad you chose the University of Buckingham, our unique boutique university. I'm so proud of the university, and I hope that as you go into the world, you will look back with pride too. One of our defining features, of course, is that we are proudly independent. Indeed, Buckingham, the University of Buckingham, was created precisely to ensure that there was at least one university independent of all state control. And that indeed was the subject of our very first matriculation speech, given some 45 years ago on this very spot, in this church, by one Margaret Thatcher, then leader of the opposition in the UK Parliament. She told her audience gathered here, independence, we must remember, is not a gift. It is not something that governments confer, but something that a free people enjoys and uses. Her words resonate even more today, I believe. The University of Buckingham is on an extraordinary site, the old 7th century Saxon site of the first settlement of Buckingham, surrounded on 3 sides by the river and on the 4th by the hill where I'm standing now. This was originally a Saxon fort. Then the Normans invaded England and initially built a castle on this site. You can still see fragments of the wall and the old moat around the church grounds. And this explains why the street leading to the church is called Castle Street. Eventually, the castle was replaced by the church in which I'm standing, finally finished in 1781. You've been through important times with us, either physically or virtually, in your time at Buckingham. Sometimes you will most likely make mistakes. I've heard it said that a ship in harbour is safe, but that is not what ships are built for. So you'll go out to sea, and sometimes you'll hit storms, and sometimes you won't know what to do. Winston Churchill, who knew about failure more than most people, said, "Success is the ability to go from one failure to another with no loss of enthusiasm." But you can know that despite those hardships, despite those setbacks, you can make today always the beginning of something new. You can pick yourself up, take a deep breath, dust yourself off, and start all over again. Do you remember the film Clockwise? It's actually about, someone rushing to give a speech at a bit like a graduation ceremony like this. Everything is going wrong for the character played by John Cleese as he tries to get to deliver his speech. Then there's a final tiny prospect of getting to the venue on time, but he's not comforted. It's not the despair, he explains. I can take the despair. It's the hope I cannot stand. I don't think hope is like that at all. And in fact, a graduation ceremony is a demonstration of the opposite. It's a demonstration about hope, hope for the future. We do have great hopes for your futures now. Lockdowns will end. Your lives will move forward and will blossom and shine. You'll do great things. And remember, come to that homecoming party and let's be able to celebrate together again, physically. Thank you so much.
Chancellor, I present Mr. Vivek Singh with the degree of Doctor of Science of the University, honoris causa.
By the authority of the University, I confer upon Mr. Vivek Singh the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa.
Chancellor, I call upon Dr. Deva Barden-Korea, Dean of the School of Business, to present candidates for degrees of the University of Buckingham in Business.
Chancellor, I present to you the 2021 graduates in Accounting and Finance. For the degree of Master of Science in Finance and Investment, with distinction Scott Brigginshaw, with distinction Ziheng Chen, with distinction Servet Ege, with distinction Kehinde Hamed, with distinction Wei Huang, with distinction Umair Islam, Arvid Klosterberg, with distinction Oindamola Omotosho, Ibrahim Kafiti, With distinction, Arizild Tanai. With distinction, Annabelle Wall. For the award of postgraduate diploma in finance and investment, Ogenitejiri Awobasivwe. For the degree of Bachelor of Science, with first-class honors, Raisa Gafar Osman. With first-class honors, Uruj Minaz Ali. Oluwatomisin Badmos. With first-class honors, Elliot Beavis. With first-class honors, Jingru Chen. With first-class honors, Jiakai D. With first-class honors, Celia Ellison. Rana Zohair Habib. With first-class honors, Robert Johnston. With first-class honors, Payal Mehra. Lee Peng. Christopher Petrie. Abraham Chuimeni Israel. Emily Jane Thomas. Hassan Valiev. With first-class honors, Billy Wong. With first-class honors, Ka Man Wong. Shisin Yao. Bowen Zhang. Chancellor, I present to you the 2021 graduates in Business and Management. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Dusan Anreich, Andrew Leahy. For the degree of Master of Business Administration, Stephanie Ibarra, Meheli Chakraborty. With distinction, Jonathan Down, Kian Fonseca, Kaiser Gajbiye, Jiwan Guo, Joel Irv Boa, Navneet Kaur, Guy Kazumba Shinkanka, Gemma Lama. With distinction, Felix Magnus, Alicia Prater, Amir Hossein Rana Mairaf Sanjani. With distinction, Sophia Rook and Bernadette Nicola Williams. For the award of postgraduate diploma in business administration, Priyanka Ben Patel. For the degree of Master of Science in strategic marketing and customer experience management, with distinction, Micah Albersmeyer. With distinction, Damet Baizanova. With distinction, Daniel Britwa. For the award of postgraduate diploma in strategic marketing and customer experience management, Tijani Abubakar. For the award of postgraduate diploma in management in a digital service economy, Christopher Ikiahe. For the degree of Bachelor of Science, Fatima Abdulaziz. With first-class honors, Fatima Abubakar, Kelechi Adroko, Saeed Shayan Azim. With first-class honors, Angela Berg. Jean-Alexandre Bello, Hyun Sen Cha, Ka Wai Chung. With first-class honors, Georgina Crum. With first-class honors, Bassem Eldib. Ludwig Noel, David Fakbola, Zara Farm. With first-class honors, Sean Faulkner. With first-class honors, Pollyanna Ford. With first-class honors, James Foster. Blee Jules Hauslander. Yeping Hu. Muhammad Ibrahim. With first-class honors, Umar Javed. With first-class honors, Callum Jones. Mary Kanima Barugahare. Azam Khalid. With first-class honors, Kareem Keita. Adedolapo Kola Daisy. Krish Kothari. Zikang Lee. Mailing Montana Lindsay. Paloma Martorell. With first-class honors, Kristen Mathun. With first class honours, Jeremy Miguda. With first class honours, Ali Ashkerali Molu. Muhammad Nasir. Casey Nakfurgwe. Esther Nimako. Stephanie Ashley Okran. Oluwa Folahanmi David Olayinka. With first class honours, Adam Oldfield. With first class honours, Henry Onekwelu. With first class honours, Natalie Oram Jones. With first class honours, Sasha Oram Jones. Demilade Orehin, Yamur Ozupak, Pablo Parias. With first class honours, Kamisha Proctor, Chaim Labehaskaza Vallejo. Vishal Raghavendra, Muhammad Ramahi, Joshua Rashid. With first class honours, Amelia Roberts. With first class honours, Abhishek Singh. With first class honours, Rajit Souza. With first class honours, Beth Stanley. With first class honours, Maren Swenson. With first class honours, Chloe Taverner. Austin Till, Chioma Uluwabuike, and with first class honours, Joseph Walker. Zihao Wei, with first class honours, Yapu Isuru Kasunka. Yu Zhang. Chancellor, I present to you the 2021 graduates in entrepreneurship. For the degree of Bachelor of Science, Oluwase Adefule, Camille Bansali, Thomas David Carter, Michaela Dima Osiene, Natalia Harris Garrido. With first class honours, Albert Johnson. Christabel Kunui. With first class honours, Michael Magar. Aishatu Nwanko, Safia Saniomolori, Oliver Steele, Hussein Valiev, Balash Varga, and with first class honours, Jonathan Zimmerman. Chancellor, I present to you the 2021 graduands in Lean Enterprise. For the degree of Master of Science in Lean Enterprise, with distinction, Daniel Kenneth B. With distinction, Thomas Brett. With distinction, Matthew Chapman. With distinction, Alexander John Darlington. With distinction, Liam Firth. Edgaras Kozemiakinas, Bradley Mello. With distinction, Glyn Molloy. Patrick O'Keefe. Justinas Radisaukas. With distinction, James Snaith. With distinction, Laura Woolett. For the degree of Bachelor of Science, Gary Beatty, Agatha Borowick, Noel Burke, Mark Connolly, Martin Connolly. With first class honours, Stefano Grassi, Connor Green. With first class honours, Majella Kelleher, John Lucet. With first class honours, Kumbulani Malaba, Oluwashon Oladimeji. With first class honours, Leila Quinn. And with first class honours, Kathy Woods. Hello graduates, I'm delighted to be addressing you all today, albeit virtually. As your Dean, I wish to congratulate you on your success, as it is no small feat. I still remember the day you attended matriculation right in this church, a bit nervous, unsure of what to expect, making new friends and all so new to Buckingham. And in the blink of an eye, here we are today, the day when you graduate and become alumni and our strongest advocates. All of us in the School of Business wish you the very best and know that you will achieve great things in whatever you choose to do in your future. We are so incredibly proud of your journey and how hard you worked. So proud at how you helped others cross the line. So gratified to see your meaningful interactions with fellow students. So fulfilled to see who you have become. So amazed at your ability to make the most of such a difficult year. And finally, we are truly humbled by the respect you have shown us. For that, we say thank you. And for that, we say, go make your mark on this world and do things that challenge you. And remember us and your time at Buckingham fondly. Spread the message of Buckingham, who we are, what we do, and most importantly, stay in touch and come back and visit us. Always remember, you can make a difference and you matter no matter what. As we come to the end of my message, I want you to picture this. Close your eyes and imagine this. It's cold, the sun is shining, you're in this beautiful church, all dressed up, your name has been called onto the stage, you walk up, you shake the Vice Chancellor's hand, the audience claps, you smile, soaking it all in, you walk down the aisle, you collect your certificate, and you slowly walk to your seat. You did it. You so deserve this, and from all of us in the School of Business, huge congratulations and best wishes. Stay safe. We will really miss you. Thank you, Class of 2021. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation.
Chancellor, I present Mr. Anand Verma for the degree of Doctor of Science of the University, honoris causa.
By the authority of the University, I confer upon Mr. Anand Verma the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa.
Honorable Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste everyone. I'm delighted to be part of this virtual graduation ceremony. Let me start by saying congratulations to my fellow graduates. Today is a joyous occasion and it marks an important milestone for me and for my family. I'm truly honored and privileged to receive an honorary doctorate from my alma mater, the University of Buckingham. The university is known to shape so many students' life in its unique ways. It certainly did for me as well. Getting this recognition is something that I only envisioned in my imagination. Never did I think that it'll become reality. I came to the university almost 26 years ago, having received a scholarship from the British Council. I arrived at the university with just £100 in my pocket. The road of tenacity, sacrifice, hard work, and entrepreneurship brought me here today. As they say, it takes a village to raise a child. I'm so lucky to have a number of people around me who have helped me personally and professionally over the years. Let me start by saying thank you to my ma and my papa for their constant dedication towards their children, their constant guidance, and their hard work. Thank you to all my siblings, especially my brother who has been a guiding light throughout my life. Thank you to all the university staff, professors and lecturers, especially Dr. Sabah Jasim for his constant mentorship at the university but also outside the university. Thank you to my lovely wife Veena, who I met at the university almost 24 years ago, can you believe it? She has been absolute rock and guidance for me throughout my life. And thank you to my kids, Ruhan and Anushka, for inspiring me every day. There are a few things that I've learned over the years. I thought I'll share that with university students. The first thing I would say is attitude. Soft skills matters far more than hard skills in the world that we live in. have the mindset of lifelong learning. Learn new things, unlearn old things, and have the attitude of relearning new things. The second thing I would say is believe in yourself. Don't listen to the naysayers. They'll say no to you, but that doesn't mean you're wrong. Constantly work hard and you'll achieve your dreams. As Gandhi said, first they laugh at you, then they ignore you, then they fight you, and then you win. To conclude, I'm absolutely delighted to be part of the university ecosystem over the years. I am so privileged to work with the university on different initiatives, and that partnership continues with the stewardship of Dr. Haran. My new focus is to fight the climate change through technology and software, and I look forward to that partnership evolving with the university over the coming years. Thanks once again. Stay safe and stay well.
Chancellor, I call upon Dr. Haran Salahewa, Dean of the School of Computing, to present candidates for degrees of the University of Buckingham in Computing.
Chancellor, I present to you the 2021 graduates in computing. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Ali Abdul Hussein Habash Al-Ameri, Osama Lazim Lafta Al-Maliki. For the degree of Master of Science in Computing by Research, with distinction, Olashupo Samuel Oedipo. For the Master of Science in Applied Data Science, with distinction, Emmanuel Audu. With distinction, Hala Hani Osman El-Hanwi. For the award of Postgraduate Certificate in Applied Computing, Esrangeni Anthea Obabasive. For the award of Graduate Diploma, Sirisha Penmetsa. For the degree of Bachelor of Science with First Class Honours, Okwelebe Aibe. Ibrahim Alfa, Abdullah Ahmed Al-Hassani. With First Class Honours, Laurie Francis Austin. With First Class Honours, Subi John Joel Bagambe. With First Class Honours, Thomas Ewan Boland. Kyle Ethan Cooney. Alex Dodd. With First Class Honours, Asha Krishnan. With First Class Honours, James William Stratton McCulloch. Manish Nayan Mistry. Miriam Modi Jibrilla. With First Class Honours, Nicholas Ray Rees. With First Class Honours, Uzay Saleh. Michael Schenk. With First Class Honours, Tejasvi Surineni. With First Class Honours, Chikako Suzuki. Kerrianne Williams. Dear graduates, this has been an amazing academic year, bringing your education to a close in what is an absolutely unprecedented set of circumstances. You are all heroes. You adjusted to change and worked through the most difficult situation we could have ever anticipated. I admire your determination, persistence, the strength, the resilience, and every bit of effort you put into completing your degree under great stress. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate you for completing your studies and earning this degree. You should be proud of your accomplishments. I want to encourage you in your future endeavors. Look ahead and dream of all the possibilities the future holds you. You all have a role to play. You already showed you can rise above any challenges, come what may. You are all special. You're ready to contribute to your community, to your country, and to make the world a better place with what you have to offer. Your future starts now. You can do it.
Chancellor, I present Ms. Naomi Alderman for the degree of Doctor of Letters of the University, honoris causa.
By the authority of the University, I confer upon Ms. Naomi Alderman the degree of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa.
Students, graduates, congratulations. Being here today is an immense achievement. You know more, you've thought more, you've read so much more than you had 3 years ago. You're buzzing with new ideas and insights. You should be so proud of yourselves. When I thought about what I wanted to say, what I needed to hear when I graduated, it's this. You're full of brilliant thoughts, and it's important to remember, people can't see what you think, they can only see what you do. When you're starting out, this can feel frustrating. You know so much, but people can't see it because they can only see what you do. They want to see your track record because they can't see your genius, only what you do. You need to slowly, steadily build a body of work before you can be respected because they can only see what you do. I used to feel so frustrated that even though I had lots of interesting thoughts about feminism, no one was treating me as an expert. It is frustrating to have all that inside and for no one to be able to see it. The process of writing The Power was long and difficult, but after I did it, people could see what I thought. What this means is, make a lot of work. Whatever you're trying to do, put work into the world, even if it's not perfect. Even if you're learning as you go. The more you make, the better you'll get. And the more people you'll find who want to make the same things as you. We all need allies, and we don't necessarily know where we'll find them. I once found an academic to help me with a piece of writing about first century Judea, and she only agreed to help me because she was a Doctor Who fan and I'd written a Doctor Who book. If you love something, even if it doesn't seem to fit with who you are, just make work about it. Get over yourself. Get over your embarrassment. When you're open about what you love, your people can find you. And this is the final thing. Don't try to ask too hard what people think. Ask what they do. When you want to make things, change things, when you need a team of allies around you, you won't always agree on everything. But if you agree about what you want to do together next, that's enough. If you focus on common work, you'll make more allies and achieve more than if you insist on common thought. If people are pulling in the same direction, it doesn't matter what they all think in their hearts. Everyone will get there quicker. You've been in the world of ideas for 3 or 4 years, or longer. It's a beautiful place. And now you're stepping out into the world of actions. Don't give up on ideas. They'll set your course. But now, go and make things. I can't wait to see what you do.
Chancellor, I present Sir Brian Thwaites for the degree of Doctor of the University, honoris causa.
By the authority of the University, I confer upon Sir Brian Thwaites the degree of Doctor of the University, honoris causa.
Chancellor, I call upon Professor John Drew, Dean of the School of Humanities and Social Sciences, to present candidates for degrees of the University of Buckingham in Humanities and Social Sciences.
Chancellor, I present to you the 2021 graduates in English and Digital Media. For the degree of Master of Arts in English Literature by Research, Alison Curie, Sophie Cole, Priyanka Rathore. With distinction, Adam Neil Bowman. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, with first-class honours, Gemma Adams, Natalia Arteaga Cerezo, Catherine Barr, Victor Ho Leung Chung, Naomi Chizuta, Veronica Cristina Chiapa. With first-class honours, Amy Coles, Zainab Moyo Soreolua Fakarede. With first-class honours, Gemma Marie Frost, Taylor Catherine Gilbertson, Ryan Hunter. With first-class honours, Michael René Hurliman, Daniel Paul Hyde. With first-class honours, Amy Kitchener, Onyinye Jessica Makwe. With first-class honours, Sachin Mathivanan, Derek Olusekebuka Metu. With first-class honours, Misa Nishikata, Nanaka Noda, Malaika Alvina Kadenge Norman, Isabella Rose Noto. With first-class honours, Roberta Na Dede Okang, Oluwafiseoma Ike Oluwa Olumekun. With first-class honours, Rose Marie Rossi. With first-class honours, Ryuki Yoshikawa, Diana Zhu. Chancellor, I present to you the 2021 graduands in History and History of Art. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Fraser John Dickinson. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy by published work, John Cooper. For the degree of Master of Arts in Biography by Research, Vernon Askew. With distinction, Patrick Donovan, Patrick Henry Firebrace. With distinction, Glenys Barbara Warlow. For the degree of Master of Arts in Biography, Angus Kennedy Baird Cater. With distinction, Gabriella Maria Maddalena Ramsden. For the degree of Master of Arts in the Art Market and the History of Collecting by Research. With distinction, Claudia Gaseka. For the degree of Master of Arts in Decorative Arts and Historic Interiors, Alba Carbaleira, Jessica Page Inslee. With distinction, Victoria Jenner, Sabrina Gabrielle Silva. With distinction, Elliot Sterling. For the award of Postgraduate Certificate in Decorative Arts and Historic Interiors, Karen Jakes. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, with first-class honours, William Anthony James Campbell. Grace Emily McGowan. With first-class honours, Shanika Mahendran, Gillian Francis Maybank, Tomoyo Shidara, Hanying Wang, Walter Conal Woolgar, Yufan Shui. Chancellor, I present to you the 2021 graduands in Economics and International Studies. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Richard David Hallows, Mohammed Tahir Mahmood. For the degree of Master of Arts in Security and Intelligence Studies, Emmanuel Korede Adeoye. With distinction, Connor Andrew Benson. Arnaldo Michel Buonpensiere. With distinction, Thesar Alder Galvan Medina. Natasha Kate Hornby. Alice Massimiani. Anna Lee McCarthy. Prince Will Chukwudi Onyenyekwe. For the degree of Master of Arts in Security, Intelligence and Diplomacy, with distinction, Alexander Butterworth. With distinction, Benedict Mark Collins. With distinction, Joseph James Davies. With distinction, Chowdhury Faisal Ghafoor. Alan Jameson. With distinction, Fabian Kosider. Leila Mohammed Osman. Kian Soon. Mohammed Murtaza Tarmal. For the degree of Master of Arts in United Nations and Diplomatic Studies, Richard Uchenna Agbasoga. Opeyemi Okekiola Agbula. With distinction, Edward James Hugh Dolly. Malebogo Modiz. Manyara Irene Muyenziwa. With distinction, Elsa Gilbert Jean Printezis. Yuhan Wang. For the degree of Master of Science in Money, Banking and Central Banking, Angus Balach. With distinction, Hussein Daya. With distinction, Alexander Charles Hilmy. With distinction, Julian Matthias Cook. With distinction, Gianluigi Narciso. For the award of Postgraduate Certificate in Law Enforcement Security and Intelligence Studies, Laura Auger. Jaspal Singh Lal. Kapil Shami Selahuwa. For the degree of Master of Arts in Leadership in Sport, with distinction, Kay Cossington. With distinction, Catherine Curran. With distinction, Nicholas Taylor Donald. With distinction, Tim Foster. With distinction, Laura Hyland. With distinction, Kirsten McRandall. Oliver Smith. With distinction, Nikhil War. With distinction, Anna Rosamond Howell. Maxime James Williams. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Charles Ekene Agbasoga. Oluwafekeyime Alexandra Amosu. With first-class honours, Rabindra Gordon Amal Banerjee. With first-class honours, Loretta Bautista Monteverde. Ebele Bella Benoit. Natalie Wadia Nina Burge. With first-class honours, Samantha Michelle Cummings. With first-class honours, Anna Marie Downer Dupre. Max Georgiou. Salam Faris Abdul Amir Hadi. With first-class honours, Vanessa Yasmin Amin Hansen. With first-class honours, Sophie Alice Roland Jones. Dominika Kryzmowska. With first-class honours, Abigail Elise Medina. With first-class honours, Gurudas Gajanan Natu. With first-class honours, Anna Caterina Costa Neves. Francis Kenechukwu Okafor. Mohammed Pahang. Paulo Arduino Pescisolido. With first-class honours, Lindsay Shepherd Singh. With first-class honours, John Patrick Smith. With first-class honours, Mihaela Stanilova. With first-class honours, Sendil Algan Tamaritham. With first-class honours, Joshua West. With first-class honours, Edward Wyatt. For the degree of Bachelor of Science, with first-class honours, Nursultan Abikeyev, Stephanie Alexandra Forster, Henry Benjamin Hunt, Sophia Makarig, Nicholas Alexander Misankov. With first-class honours, Alexander James Mitchell. With first-class honours, Annabella Tiger Wolfe. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Economics, Deborah Olayinka Alaka. With first-class honours, Kadesi Abbas Alassani, Pearl Alinda, Sin Chen, James Michael Cheshire. With first-class honours, Nathan Curran, Sheikha Daoud, Jane Nonye Edeoga. With first-class honours, Elliot Hugo Peter Gilbertson, Hannah Jane Kaur Heer. With first-class honours, Elliot Hugo Peter Gilbertson, Hannah Jane Kaur Eyre, George Dominic Humphrey. With first-class honours, Aliyah Yasmin Hussain, Edwin Kikundu, Andrew Lee. With first-class honours, Alexander Marr, Arnold Mwimi Mbai, Juyin Oluwayemi, Adekunle Adeleke Solomon Oshikoya. With first-class honours, Shivani Samir Pradhan, Juan Quintero, George Samways, Ling Zhu. Chancellor, I present to you the 2021 graduands of the Humanities Research Institute. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Philosophy, Peter Murray. For the degree of Master of Arts in Archaeology by Research, with distinction, Edward Alistair David Dempster. For the degree of Master of Arts in the History of Sport by Research, Gavin Neath. With distinction, Stephen Edward Packer. For the degree of Master of Arts in Military History by Research, John Alfred Adcock, Colin Anthony Carnell, Patrick Jean Emile Nefors, Brendan O'Neill. With distinction, Scott Sheriff, Ian Gordon Standen. With distinction, Andrew John Thompson. For the degree of Master of Arts in Modern War Studies by Research, David Nicholas Higgins, James Robert Horsepool. With distinction, Umair Shaukat Ali Khan, Uqba Malik, Bala Jibril Sabo. With distinction, Laura Jane Wellington. For the degree of Master of Arts in Philosophy by Research, Walter Patrick Anthony Bush. With distinction, Peter Griffiths. With distinction, Peter Broderick Kerr-Denin. With distinction, Christian Kyle. David Wayne Crace. John Ernest Pennink. With distinction, Abdi Sanati. For the degree of Master of Arts in the English Country House by Research, Sabine Elkington. Peter Francis Weems. Richard John Howell. Father Sebastian Gareth Adrian Jones. Adele Simon O'Shea. Alicia Bancroft Salter. Andrew Lachlan Wallace. For the degree of Master of Arts in the History of Art, Renaissance to Modernism by Research, Sylvia Susanna Ocklander Goldie. Donald Ramsey. For the degree of Master of Arts in Tudor History by Research, Susanna Baker. Paul Stevens. Chancellor, I hope it is not going too far behind the scenes of the organisation of today's graduation to mention that in my script for today's ceremony, containing the names of so many hard-working and dedicated students who've completed their studies successfully with us at the end of last year, towards the end of the script appear the words, "Insert 2-minute inspirational speech to the class of 21. Chancellor, if that were an essay question in an unseen closed book examination, I would doubt my ability to pass. I think it's quite a tall order to inspire at all, much less to go from naught to inspiration in 120 seconds. If genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration, then it follows surely that it's going to take a lot longer than 2 minutes to get anywhere near a genius answer. Mathematically, something like 3 hours and 18 minutes, and most of that would be sweat. But there is, in fact, an easy way, I think, to turn this dilemma around, which is by accepting something that most people involved in education understand after a very few weeks of working with students, and something which we at the University of Buckingham all know as soon as we meet every group. The flow of inspiration passes not from the teacher to the student, but the other way around, even when it seems like there's two-way traffic. And seldom has that pedagogical truth been more obvious to us at the university than during the long, hard months of local, national, and international lockdowns, which meant that 2020 was one of the hardest years to be a student, a scholar, a researcher. So to turn to you, the graduates of 2021, your names, your results, your qualifications, in their sheer range and diversity, are an inspiration. One which easily outlasts the 2 minutes of this address, which will easily outlast me when I think with something approaching wonder of what the world now gains for decades to come in terms of the wisdom you've acquired, distilled, and learned to express. Skills, yes, know-how, definitively, but more transcendently, an enlightened approach to life, to society, to humanity is now in your gift to confer. And given what you've come through, what you've achieved in the most adverse of circumstances, I'm sure you will confer that gift abundantly and without stint. Graduates of 2021 of the School of the Humanities and Social Sciences, I am deeply honoured on behalf of Convocation to toast your inspiring success, and I salute you all. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation.
Chancellor, I call upon Mrs. Sandra Clark, Dean of the School of Law, to present candidates for degrees of the University of Buckingham in Law.
Chancellor, I present to you the 2021 graduates in law. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Kieran Alistair Baxter-Cobill, Audu Samuel Ibrahim, Oluwade Milade Oluwapalumi Ishola. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy by published work, Charles Omole. For the degree of Master of Laws, Mude Amal Abukar. With distinction, Denise Jessie Ewurezi Afanyiwa Addison. Sandra Anwar. Faris Bawa. Chinenye Sandra Ezemonu. Chinyere Lee Reeves Ibazim. Adam Ali Khan. Doris Karubo Momanyi. With distinction, Richard Skye. Samantha Smith Nolan. Kaylee Unit. For the award of postgraduate diploma, Nuzhat Zoya Chowdhury. Esyergeni Imadegbalo. For the degree of Bachelor of Laws, Zainab Abubakar. Taman Ahmed Abdullah Al-Hazni. Malik Mohammed Malik Al-Kindi. Moji Ali. Arul Archun. Elijah Yamikani Banda. Asmal Hassan Bello. Jean-Marie Bunongu. Stefano Kekweti. Tafadzwa Chinhoi. With first-class honours, Bruno Colchetti Cura. Christian Curtis McKinnon. Hanya Nur Zainab Dariowo. Antonio Alexander Selwyn Davis. Craig Dell. Holly Vera Dimmock. With first-class honours, Alexander Edward Dombeck. Jasmine Edouard. Olachi Cassie Egoli. Damien Jordan Elkinson. Miles Joseph Everett. Chibuekim Dexter Ezidigwu. Angelo Vito Falsini. With first-class honours, Hannah Featonby Lyons. Elizabeth Ann Fletcher. Manvir Gill. Christabel Heyman. Daniel Helmy. With first-class honours, Megan Leslie Eileen Hillis. Warder Hock. With first-class honours, Gabriella Hodger. Munib Ismail. Wani Kamwanya. Christopher Kenningham. Tanyushri Kurajam. Ariana Curtin Mogult. Rahim Olawale Babatundi Kuku. Pascale Longo. With first-class honours, Ivy Eunice Villanueva Magnetico. Leronique Elleroy Mather. Amelia Mera. Arada Mohammed Sadiq. With first-class honours, Odinkachukwu Ndom. Chidibere Bryant Nwanoneze. Chimerimochi Nwozo Igbo. With first-class honours, Mileva Helene Naomi Barfi. Okechukwu Leonard Okonkwo. Esther Olamide Olanihun. Adetomiwa Abdullah Martin Olanrewaju. Chimeobim Moses Udachukwu Onuzo. Deborah Feintola Opie. With first-class honours, Lauren Betty Parsons. James Peck. With first-class honours, Samantha Caroline Pegg. Chelsea Aisha Price. Abdul Kayam. Savitha Rajeswaran. Sharon Susan Ray. Eriolu Wadaju Rema. Vanessa Semugaza. Amatis Shadbacht, Nabila Turaki Shehu, Aderonmu Olamense Shoyeli, Rayaka Simmons. With first-class honours, Inderpreet Singh, Lucy Skilton, Anthony Levon Stephen Everest Swan, Ramza Tariq. With first-class honours, Rosa Tran, Eve Udechukwu, Tarin Tin Wing Wan, Vitesh William, Maniba Zafar. For the degree of Bachelor of Laws part-time, Mohammed Altaf Khan, Benjamin Curry, Liam David Farrow, Gloria Rosina James, Henry Brian Luwaka, Hannah Marn, Chijindu Anthony Nwankwo. With first-class honours, Katie Simons, Richard Graves Todd. Chancellor and students, my heartiest congratulations to all the law students graduating today. It is wonderful to be here in the church at Buckingham, reading out your names and celebrating your success. Although the times may be unprecedented and the circumstances difficult, you have persevered and you have succeeded. A wonderful journey awaits you now. You have attained the qualification you worked so hard to achieve. For 3 of you, this means that you have earned the title of doctor, a very impressive achievement indeed. This is your moment of glory. Enjoy it and be proud of yourselves. 11 of you have become Masters of Law, another very hard-won title. It is worth all the studying and hard work to gain mastery of your subject. Another 2 have earned a postgraduate diploma. Well done. The rest of you have become Bachelors of Law. You have graduated. The perils of land law and constitutional and administrative law, and dare I say it, equity and trusts, are now behind you. You have grappled with tricky concepts and impenetrable judgments, and you have won. Class of 2021, you've had a harder time than most, and you've come through it well. We count on all of you to be a credit to Buckingham throughout the world. We will never forget you, and you should not forget us. Come back and visit us whenever you can. You will always be welcome here. Chancellor, that concludes the presentations.
Chancellor, I call upon Professor Douglas McQuinney, Dean of the School of Postgraduate Medicine and Allied Health, to announce candidates for degrees of the University of Buckingham in Postgraduate Medicine and Allied Health.
Chancellor, I present to you the 2021 graduands in Postgraduate Medicine and Allied Health. For the award of Postgraduate Certificate in Medical Education, Sally Charman, Kirsty Durley, Andrea Hennessy, Grace Margaret Hennessy, Sharampol Kaur, Malgorzata Anna Kipczynska, Victoria McCoy, Peter David McAllister, and Kylie Walker. The past year has been a strange and worrying time for all of us, and this is reflected in this graduation ceremony being conducted from Buckingham, remotely to all of you in a safe and comfortable environment. Through technology, we can all meet to celebrate your graduation, and the day of graduation remains one of the most important days of your academic life. Today marks your achievement and success in the awarding of your degree from the University of Buckingham. Your long hours of study are now finally recognised and rewarded. The pandemic has shown us just how fragile health can be, and we must all play our part in reacting to the healthcare needs now and in the future. The delivery of healthcare is a multidisciplinary team effort, But at this time of celebration, do not forget the team who supported you throughout. And this is a thanks not only to your teachers and tutors, but most of all to your family, friends, and those closest to you. Their contribution to your success can never be underestimated, and they too deserve to celebrate today, as I am sure they will. By undertaking a postgraduate qualification, you all know that learning never stops. It is an ongoing commitment for your entire professional life, so never stop asking questions and never stop seeking answers. And your second commitment, just as important, is to teach and train the next generation to uphold or even surpass your high standards of academic achievement. As teachers, you have the vital and valuable task of developing the next generation. You are the students of yesterday, the graduates of today, and the teachers of tomorrow. Finally, may I congratulate every one of you on your graduation today. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation.
Chancellor, I present Professor Jane Ogden for the degree of Doctor of Science of the University, honoris causa.
By the authority of the University, I confer upon Professor Jane Ogden the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa.
Hi. I've sat in many graduation ceremonies and heard many speakers try to inspire our students. And so often they offer up, pearls of wisdom such as follow your dreams, be your best, do what you love, aim high, and find your passion. And I have sat there thinking, but I still don't know what my passion is. And if I feel like this at 54, I've often wondered how someone who is just graduating can already know what they really want to be. I've been a university lecturer for over 30 years. I've written many research papers and books and have taught and supervised many students. I've also brought up my 2 children. I have fantastic friends, a lovely family, and I've had a lot of fun. So my advice to you is not about finding your passion or following your dreams, but finding a way to make the most of the life that you have. And that might mean becoming the best at whatever you choose, having ambitions and aiming high. But in the meantime, it also means enjoying not being the best, but at least having a go. I pride myself on being a good enough pianist, a good enough singer, and just about a good enough dancer. And I love doing these things, even if not very well. So try hard and be the best you can, and definitely be kind and definitely be useful in the world, but also just have a go. Let yourself off if you aren't any good, but make the most of trying. People say if at first you don't succeed, try again. I would say even if you don't ever succeed, make sure you enjoy trying.
Chancellor, I call upon Dr. Alan Martin, Dean of the School of Psychology, to present candidates for degrees with the University of Buckingham in Psychology.
Chancellor, I present to you the 2021 graduands in Psychology. For the degree of Master of Science by Research, Robert Brocksmith, Sophie Hughes, Ramona Mazere. For the degree of Master of Science in Health Psychology, with distinction, Victoria Bird. With distinction, Phoebe Brooke Rowland. With distinction, Kaylee Maxwell. With distinction, Abigail Lucy Moffat. With distinction, Bethany Louise Probert. With distinction, Janisha Gaurani Mabayadeniya Navaratne Rajapakse R. Mudayan Salage. Faye Treadwell. With distinction, Abigail Leanne Wright. For the degree of Bachelor of Science, Alexandria Anderson, Annika Anna Abraham, Alba Bieber. With first-class honours, Lauren Cash, Kai Fulton Chadwick, Ho Long Chan, Kim Orpheus Crawley, Benjamin Davis, Elvis Delabashi, Benny Demoko Kekaldi, Jake Edwards, Oscar David Trevor Fieldman. With first class honours, Catherine Denise Guilfoyle, Shannon Govind. With first class honours, Annabelle Hall, Sophie Halliday Chambers, Rasheen Marie Hamden. With first class honours, Rebecca Phoebe Harding, Georgia Hodges, Carmen Rosa Hawari Peves de Grunberg, Kesavan Kangaratnam, Alina Katinska. With first class honours, Tony Jade Kelly, Manisha Lal, Nadia Zoe Felicitas Lefner, Pui Lam Lo, Laoshan Loganatham, Kelly La Ma. With first class honours, Adam Mahbub Madhani. With first class honours, Susanna Faith Miles, Zinzel Thembele Masifa. With first class honours, Annabelle Louise Mundy, Simone Nell, Jasmine Katie Newbold, Maya Okoloba, Miriam Pagalari, Sahid Kadir, Lauren Reed, Raymond Showerman, Shanique May Shakespeare. With first class honours, Alizia Sheriff, Pausong Shatrestha. With first class honours, Jacqueline Small. With first class honours, Lydia Violet Tidmarsh, Carl Louis Wilhelm Martin van Vleuten. With first class honours, Chloe Walsh, Benedict Warburton. With first class honours, Adam Ward. With first class honours, Serafina Carola Williams. Victoria Wren, Paz Yüksel, Ramelikan Yusuf, Sayeda Fiza Ali Zaidi. So the first thing I'd like to do is to thank all of our staff and students for bearing with us throughout the difficult year that 2020 has been. I don't think anyone saw the COVID-19 pandemic coming, but when it did arrive and started to significantly impact the university in March of 2020, we were able to transfer our teaching online and maintain the contact with our students that is central to what we do, both in the psychology school and more broadly at the university. I would like to particularly thank all of the staff in the School of Psychology for the hard work that they've put in to transfer now the entire programme to an online delivery format, with very little time to prepare and making those changes as they go throughout the year. But 2020 was about more than just the COVID-19 pandemic. In 2020, we finally received confirmation that our Masters in Health Psychology is accredited by the British Psychological Society. I would like to thank Dr. Catherine Finlay for first proposing this programme back in 2014, when we were thinking about which kind of taught masters programme we would like to deliver first. I was proposing that we deliver a general psychology master's, and Dr. Finlay suggested that actually we deliver a master's in health psychology. And given the size of Buckingham and the size of our school, it's a remarkable achievement. With Dr. Finlay's help, and then our former programme director, Dr. Shelley Kemp, we put together the health psychology programme in 2015, and it finally launched a year or two later. This 2020 cohort is actually the third cohort in the Health Psychology Masters, and all of the previous cohorts will now have, including this one, accredited degrees. I would like to thank in particular Dr. Emily Matacola, who had completed the design of the programme, set up and helped deliver the placements and the projects on the programme, and ensured that the health psychology programme at Buckingham is one of the best in the country and one of the most competitive programmes in the country to get onto. It has now the credit of being the only psychology programme in the University of Buckingham's history to have ever closed its doors to new students prior to an entry beginning, such that in November last year, the programme was full and we were having to defer students onto the next intake. This is an aim that we have for all of our programmes going forward. I would also like to thank Dr. Gillian Hill for overseeing the directorship of that programme, the Health Psych programme, while Dr. Matacola was on parental leave during the latter part of 2020. I would also like to thank Dr. Hill for the excellent work she did in ensuring that at the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, we put in place processes and procedures that ensured that our programme was very accessible to all students, and that we didn't rely heavily on technology at a time at which students were placed under a great deal of pressure with the COVID-19 pandemic. I would also like to thank Dr. Hill and Dr. Rachel Manning for the continuing work, along with all the programme leads and module directors, module leads, in enhancing our programme and the individual modules and making those better and responding constantly to student feedback. For example, the introduction in 2020 of a greater number of portfolio assessments on modules rather than final exams. So this range of assessments continues to grow and is a real enhancement to our programme. So thank you to everyone for that, and in particularly Dr. Hill and Dr. Manning overseeing that. And it's that human contact that is central to what we do at Buckingham. It's been very difficult for us to switch online. An online tutorial is not the same as the tutorials when we're all in a room together and can interact in a much more human and free way. There are many who would like to switch on to online learning and see it as a way of the future, and that's as may be. I'm sure there are some students who would prefer or wish, due to work-life balance, that they gain access to some learning material online. But we fervently believe that some of the best ways of learning are when we are able to interact with our students in person, and that's what we're looking forward to returning to in 2021. And finally, I would just like to give thanks to two of the most important people in the psychology school, Sharon Salerno and Jane Kelly, who, following the restructuring in the university, have now taken up posts in the new faculty. Sharon will be the administrative manager in the new faculty combining law, computing and psychology, and Jane Kelly takes up a role as the registrar of that faculty. We know how important Sharon and Jane have been to our growth and performance over the years, and we know that they are now going to benefit the university more widely in their new positions. And we thank them for all the work they've done with us over the years. Thank you. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation.
Chancellor, the Edgar Palamountain Award for Excellence is awarded annually to a student who has come first in the final examinations within that student's discipline and has, in the opinion of the Vice-Chancellor, shown the greatest degree of all-round excellence. The recipient for 2021 is Beth Stanley from the School of Business. Chancellor, the G-Evolution Prize for Academic Distinction is awarded for exceptional academic performance during undergraduate studies at Buckingham. The prize is given by Mr. Chris Smith, University alumnus, European Studies 1984. The recipient for 2021 is Laurie Austin from the School of Computing.
Hi everyone, I'm Laurie Austin. I've been asked to say a couple of words about my time here at the university. I like to think I've had a pretty broad range of experiences here at Buckingham, from taking stats lessons under a tree outside Verney because it was too hot, to the obligatory late night study sessions in the library, and of course post-exam pub celebrations. I've also had the pleasure of working on some of the most challenging and fun projects I've ever worked on in my life. If you'd have told me 3 years ago that I'd have spent 9 months working with a company to optimize their database on graphics cards, I outright wouldn't have believed you. But aside from the work I've done, I think what really stands out to me is the people I've met along the way. That may sound a little bit cheesy, but I honestly think I'll be in contact with students and faculty alike that I've met here for the rest of my life. I've really made some valuable friends that I hugely appreciate. Obviously, the last year has been totally unprecedented times and has put a massive strain on everyone. But if anything, I think it highlights everyone's willingness to pull through and make the most of what we've been given of this situation. And really, I think that's highlighted in the quality of everyone's work and effort that has been put into the last year. So all in all, hugely positive experience that I'm incredibly grateful for, extremely proud of the work I've managed to achieve, and excited to see what's coming next. Thank you very much.
Chancellor, the Dame Barbara Shenfield Award is made annually to a postgraduate student who is judged to have achieved the best overall performance of the year. The recipient for 2021 is Liam Firth from the School of Business.
Hi, my name is Liam. I'm the Digital Solutions Manager at Knorr Bremse Rail Systems in the UK, and I studied the MSc in Lean Enterprise at the University of Buckingham. What drew me to the University of Buckingham was the expertise, as this particular programme was seen as probably the best in Europe, based on my research and some feedback from my colleagues. It gave excellent coverage of the different Lean topics and provided a huge opportunity to be taught and mentored by some of the big names within Lean and systems thinking. I chose to study at the University of Buckingham because I could finish my qualification in just 2 years, and it was flexible enough to allow me to study around my career and my family life. This programme gave the opportunity to work alongside other students from different organisations within different manufacturing and service industries. The modules were based at students' employers' locations, and it involves travel to different companies. We have our lectures, and then we put the theory into practice at those organisations to apply what we have learned. For me, the best thing about Buckingham is that the teaching approach is well balanced, and I found that a smaller cohort gave a much more personal and interactive approach to teaching, which really helps me focus and encourages collaboration to ensure that all students achieve the most from the talk sessions. Ongoing learning is integral to every profession, and to do it in an environment where you are encouraged and supported to come up with new and innovative ideas alongside the taught theory is extremely valuable. My final year research project was on how to utilise artificial intelligence technologies to predict unplanned aftermarket demands in an unpredictable supply chain, resulting in a reduced throughput time for the customer. So in summary, I really enjoyed my study time at the University of Buckingham.
Chancellor, the Vice-Chancellor's Prize is awarded to the one student who, in the opinion of the Vice-Chancellor, has made the most outstanding contribution to the life of the University. The recipient for 2021 is Philip Bakadziev from the School of Humanities and Social Sciences.
Thank you. I congratulate every one of you on your achievements. You are now graduates. You started as graduands, you are now graduates of the University of Buckingham. I do hope you can wear this badge with pride and honour as you embark on the next stages of your life. Someone once remarked, there are two lasting bequests we can give our children. One is roots, the other is wings. And this, of course, reminded me of the University of Buckingham motto, Alice volans proprius, flying on our own wings. I'd like to think we have helped you get your wings, your degrees, your life experiences, all these to help you to fly. But also we want to be a strong part of your roots too. Do see yourself as part of a growing international family of alumni of the University of Buckingham. The University of Buckingham is the mother swan, if you like. And you alumni are the signets going into the world, but never forget us here in Buckingham. Never forget your roots as you fly into the world. I wish you well for the next stages of your life, of your lives. Life may not always be plain sailing, but I hope that the foundation you've secured here at the University of Buckingham will get you through. Please keep in touch. Thank you and congratulations.
The Chancellor will now conclude this ceremony.
This ceremony is now drawing towards its close. It has, of course, been virtual, but the warmth of the close-knit Buckingham community of which you're a part is real. It's been a very unusual year for us all, but the university and its medical school can be proud of the part they're playing, that you are playing, in the fight against COVID. Led by the Vice-Chancellor and the Chair of the University Council, and supported by the Council and Senate, the university is emerging from this time of national trial stronger than ever, in its resolve to maintain and burnish its well-deserved reputation for excellent teaching and to enhance the ethos of independence and entrepreneurship that permeates its very fabric. May I again salute this year's distinguished recipients of honorary degrees and congratulate all graduands and wish you good luck in the next stage of your careers. This ceremony is now concluded.
Students, as you come to the end of your journey, my colleagues and I at the Business School would like to wish you the very best for the next steps that you engage in. We hope you will enjoy whatever you choose to do, and we hope that you enjoyed the time you spent with us. Well, we definitely did. So together, I want to wish you, with my colleagues, congratulations. 3, 2, 1.
Cheers!
Cheers!
Congratulations, well done with your degree, and be heartily welcome in our global family of Buckingham alumni.
Congratulations on a well-deserved success. I wish you all the best for your next adventure. Congratulations to you all.
Hello, I'm Leo Mills in Devonshire, Bermuda, and I'd like to extend my very sincere congratulations to everyone at the University of Buckingham, especially the graduates. We hope that you're going to use your Buckingham experience to do well in the world. Congratulations and all the very best from all of your friends here and elsewhere.
Hi, greetings from the Pearl of the Indian Ocean, Sri Lanka. Congratulations to my fellow law graduates of 2020. Hope to see you soon at the homecoming. Stay safe.
I am Dr. Suraj Yakubu, an alumnus of the University of Buckingham. I want to use this opportunity given to me by the university to congratulate the 2020 graduates and the 2021 graduates. I wish all of you a pleasant memory, and I wish you success in your chosen endeavors. Thank you very much.
Congratulations on joining our global alumni community. Please keep in touch with us, and remember that as a graduate you can still contact us for careers advice.
Huge congratulations to everyone from the Buxys team, to all those graduating with a degree in Security and Intelligence Studies.
I'd like to wish all students graduating this year in our virtual ceremonies from History and History of Art the best of luck and congratulations on your degree.
Hello everybody. People in the business school thought we'd leave you something to remember us by, with one of our favourite phrases or sayings. Here's mine. It's not all about the money.
And here's mine. You've heard this many times when you've come to see me. At the end of the meeting, I've said, "What have you learned?"
And I often say, if in doubt, shout.
At all of my tutorials, I'm sure you remember, always do your research.
During our tutorial sessions, I always used to say, don't overcomplicate the question.
It was important as a student and still important now. Keep communicating with us.
And the only way to communicate is because it's all about the internet. Over to you, Gertrude.
Hi guys, it's me, the finance man. Now remember, finance is not all about maths.
As I've said on many occasions, it's been my privilege to work with you all. Thank you.
I've said many times before, usually before a presentation, I know you'll be great.
And I just want to say this again. Thank you for your attention.
And you heard me say many, many times. Now let's see how it works in practice.
Whatever happens, do remember to look from a different perspective.
One of my catchphrases, let us know how we can help you.
And for those of you who want to jump to the solution, remember, what problem are you trying to solve?
And you've heard this a lot from me, especially after a hard topic. So far, so good? Back to you, John.
And what we've all just learned is working together can be fun.